Well, Ranvir joins us now. Morning, Ranvir. So the question is, where does this leave Boris Johnson? Could it actually cost him his job?
Well, we are in an arena where all the rules are being broken day on day, in political terms at least. And then yesterday, of course, this ruling from the Scottish courts that the rule of law was broken. Now, before we get to the point that the scenario that you've just outlined, could it cost him his job? The government have said that next Tuesday, if whatever the Supreme Court decides, if they uphold this ruling, that the suspension of Parliament was unlawful, then that will mean that MPs should come back, of course, to Parliament. Now, would that lead to his resignation? There are other things that have to happen before then, in a way. For example, last night, by 11 p.m, MPs had voted on the fact that the government needs to reveal private emails and WhatsApp messages between officials and advisers on the reasons for why Parliament was suspended. It's important, the fact that they didn't reveal that by 11 o'clock last night. One wonders why not. The courts in Scotland decided that the lack of evidence from the government meant that they came to the conclusion that the suspension was unlawful. Now, what is in those emails and WhatsApp messages is absolutely critical, because the crux of what's happening right now is whether the Prime Minister, in effect, misled the Queen. And that is obviously a crisis, a constitutional crisis. We talk about that a lot, but that really is it. So would it lead to his resignation? Certainly in the first place, next Tuesday, it would lead to MPs coming back. Whether he resigned or not, it would mean that MPs would then be able to take control of Parliament's business, and there could straight away be a vote of no confidence, couldn't there? Because what greater case would there be for a vote of no confidence than a court ruling that the Prime Minister broke the law? When we talk about the seriousness of this has gone from just politics to now the rule of law. And when you have a minister last night, Kwasi Kwarteng, referring to other people saying that, can you trust the judges? This is the moment where it should send shivers down our backs. You shouldn't have ministers questioning the rule of law. So I think you ask, could it cost him his job? It certainly could. But the route to that is still a long and winding road. And we know everything can change hour on hour.